So, this is something that's kind of been trending around the old internets today. So, you got this this guy who owns a Dallas restaurant, and he says, "I opened up this restaurant for black people," and then told his black customers to act white. Don't bring that black shit up in here.
That's how that works.
Do what the Caucasians do, but don't do that black shit up in this black restaurant. I don't like it. Take it somewhere else.
I tell the men to respect themselves, and you guys are twerking on glass here. If you want to do it, get the out of my restaurant. Don't do it again. Thank you.
Boy, them booty cheeks drove his ass crazy.
Did twerking kill his mama or something?
Yeah,
What is going on?
that man hates twerking. Don't bring that ass shaking shit up in here. I don't want to hear it. That man lost his mind with those people.
Silence!
You better sit them luscious cheeks down.
No more.
Don't do it.
Yes.
Can't take this shit no more. Stop.
Yeah,
But I think he's right.
well, no. You know what? Listen. Maybe. Let's
It's a restaurant.
Let's discuss this. Listen. You know what else white people don't do? They don't have the owner get up in the middle of the restaurant and tell people to get the f out my restaurant.
If you twerk, maybe they'll tell you. I don't know.
You don't get up in the middle of the restaurant, so get the fuck out of my restaurant. Man, listen, there are so many ways that this could have been handled, and that was the worst one.
Yeah, that was too harsh.
That was the best one we talking about.
That answer wasn't even on the multiple choice right there.
He wrote that answer in himself.
He put that in himself. People, let's look at this. I can probably understand where he's coming from. I do, but let's just put this more into perspective here.
Love it.
If you don't, let's go to the beginning of this. If you listen to the beginning of the video, if you don't want people twerking in your restaurant, you might not want to be blasting twerking music.
Into buying this building, into developing this concept so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Come on, stop the music, please.
He can't even hear himself talking. He playing that music so loud.
Devon.
Yeah. Hey, can you cut that shit off? I can't hear.
Devon.
It's a restaurant. Hey, look, don't play twerking type music. Look, I hate to say it, but look, for some women out there, especially black women, that kind of music is like a mating call for them ass cheeks.
So they cannot control themselves?
No,
It just happens?
The ass feels that beat and them cheeks just start moving by themselves, you know? The ass just got a mind of its own.
It's just individually.
It's
like
an individual ass. It does what it does. The ass hears the music. It actually goes into the asshole.
There's a little tiny ears in there.
You know, you probably, I'm going to get Oz's opinions, but you probably, because let me just go through some things. I'm going to give it to Oz, because I think that, you probably created that vibe. Like, you just told a DJ to stop the music. So you got, you got a DJ playing dance music in there while people are eating dinner. That ain't a restaurant no more. That's a club. you got a DJ up there mixing in shit while people eating dinner. Two, I'm gonna go through this real quick. Two, I can see what you're saying. It's a restaurant. Don't be getting up and doing that kind of shit. But I just told you what's happening. But I can see maybe there was a problem with that. But if you're having that problem, that's what they do in a restaurant. If they did do something wrong, have the manager come out and handle this. Tell them to sit down nicely. Maybe even offer them a drink or something. Anything to keep a scene from being made from other people. And if it's still a problem, tell them to leave. And if it still continues to be a problem, then you get security to come in there and take them out, which you should have. There's no establishment that is made where they got twerking music where you should not have security when there's a bunch of black people. I hate to say it, but there's a lot of places where they,
But we see the setup of the restaurant. It doesn't look like a dancing place. Look at all these chairs. There's no space to dance.
But and please don't call the police. Don't call police on a room full of black people. That never ends well.
Massacre.
Just get security. Do whatever you have to do. Maybe threaten to call police, but don't call the police. That never ends well. You talking about what white people do? Get some white people up in there. Get some white money up in there. Save the DJ for Friday night. Get a mellow atmosphere going on. Make it feel more like a restaurant, not like a strip club without the titties. And, or leave it like it is and let them bitches twerk.
But he wanted a nice restaurant.
I just don't think that he handled it well by getting in the middle of the room and telling people, get the fuck out my restaurant. That's not how you do
The
that.
delivery, they're definitely wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know the message, but the delivery is definitely.
Yeah, but I do agree. Listen, before people jump on me, I do agree, man. Just because there's music playing and there's a lot of loud shit going on, don't mean that black people got to get up and dance in any atmosphere, But
Hey, he doesn't say don't dance. He says don't twerk.
yeah, well,
So
I
maybe
get
you
it.
can dance a little bit.
Then I don't know what was happening before. I can't say nothing for the twerking people. I can't really say nothing for him. What I can say is that management in a restaurant comes out and they tell people to stop, and if they don't if they continue to not do that, then they handle it a different way. But they don't get in the middle of the room. But Oz, what do you think, man?
I don't know if it was twerking Tuesday at the restaurant or not. Obviously, your man wasn't happy about that. Now, there's a couple things here, right? You have a restaurant, and in your mind, as the manager of the establishment, you have a certain way that you want to carry your establishment, right?
Yeah.
And everything about your establishment has to go along with the things that you're trying to promote. Now, if you don't want people to get up and start dancing, you do not play dancing music, like you said, right? So that was his fault. I believe that's his fault if he doesn't want that type of atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
So you can't tell people how to act, so people are acting up, and it's not to your codes of what you want. You have them escorted out, like you said as well. But the one thing I say I don't like where a lot of black establishments or black people own something, they feel they need the right to come out and say, look what I did for all of you. You, and now you're gonna mess this up for all of us as a race. I put my foot on my neck on the line. There's double space for you, and y'all messing it up. Like, get out. Now that whole type of laying down on the cross for us type thing, I don't like that either. If you're creating a space for something, right? Make it for everyone. But if it's specifically for us, okay, treat it like it's anything else. There's no need to make this big announcement. I'm doing this for everybody, and I'm doing that.
Yeah.
If it's a place where you're trying to create a certain atmosphere, you have to create that atmosphere.
I mean, we agree 100%. Like I said, we said the same thing, but apparently I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
He already put his guidelines down. No twerking or get the. That's just the guidelines.
Hard guidelines.
But the guy looked like he was frustrated a little bit. I don't think this is his first warning or anything like that. I think he tried some other stuff and it didn't work, and he finally just did this.
People got different feelings on how that should be, but definitely I don't think. I think one thing that people can agree on is like anytime you got something that happens like that, just to be a little more low key about it and be a nice restaurant owner, have a manager come out and do this shit.
Yeah, don't run out there and try to be the savior of the restaurant and the black people. Run it like a restaurant.